Hi, I'm Esther Avant. Rich and I recently had an awesome chat here on the podcast. I'd love for you to check out my podcast, To Your Health. With over 350 episodes, it's all about helping you stop starting over and finally follow through on your goals, starting with your health. You can find it wherever you're listening now.
Hey everyone, it's Rich Bennett. Can you believe it? The show is turning 10 this year. I am so grateful for each and every one of you who've tuned in, shared an episode, or even joined the conversation over the years. You're the reason that this podcast has grown into what it is today. Together, we've shared laughs, tears, and moments that truly matter. So I want to thank you for being part of this journey. Let's make the next 10 years even better.
Coming to you from the Freedom Federal Credit Union Studios, Harford County Living presents Conversations with Rich Bennett.
Slow pitch transfer.
It's probably the least sexy part of the work, and I don't have the answer. That's okay. No. The truth is...
So what if your greatest transformation didn't begin until your 40s? Today's guest, Laurie Parente, is living proof that it's never too late to answer a higher calling. Laurie is an angel medium, intuitive guide, and energetic healer who didn't step into her spiritual gifts until later in life, when a powerful inner shift led her down a path of healing, alignment, and purpose. Since then, she's helped countless people reconnect with their inner wisdom, release limiting beliefs, and live more fully from a place of love and empowerment. With over a decade of experience, Laurie blends energy healing, guided meditation, angelic messages, and light language to support people on their journey of self-discovery. She's the kind of soul who makes you feel seen, heard, and safe, even when you're navigating your most vulnerable moments. So in this conversation, we're going to dive into Laurie's personal awakening, the work she now does with clients around the world, and why healing isn't just about fixing what's broken. It's about remembering who you truly are. So grab your coffee, grab your water, whatever it is you're drinking, because Laurie's story might just awaken something in you too. So Laurie, first of all, how you doing? And before I even get into the everything, I have to ask, because I've had mediums on, but what is an angel medium?
So it's similar in that I connect with people who have crossed, but the information comes through me through the angelic realm. So I'm tapping into something, if you want to say higher, and that is where the information comes through. I channel through the angelic realm.
Okay. So when it comes to that, because all right, when you read the books, you hear about the angel of death, you hear about all the guardian angels. Are there that many different angels?
There are legions of angels. Yes. Yeah.
How in the world, you got to tell us, all right, walk us down the path. How did this happen?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me here today.
I'm
excited
pleasure.
to be here. I think like many of us, I was very connected as a little child. You know, my angels were my playmates. They were my friends. And at some point around the age 4 or 5, you know, it was the early 70s. It got a little bit less cute for me to be talking about angels all the time. And the people in my family and in my world started saying things like, you know, you're just about to go to school. Maybe you don't want to be talking about this all the time. I think the culmination came when I told the neighbor that there was a huge angel on the lawn, and that meant somebody was going to die. That really didn't go over. I mean, in my little 5-year-old brain, it was like, oh, there's an angel, somebody's going to die, right? But it didn't go over that well in the neighborhood.
I guess not.
No. And when I was always connected to angels and to spirits, and when I told my 3 older sisters about the gentleman that hung out in the shower in our bathroom, my mom got quite upset because now I had 3 sisters in her bathroom because they were scared to be in ours. You know, it was so normal for me.
That just doesn't sound right. I'm
right?
sorry.
It was so normal for me. But then I went to school knowing that this wasn't normal. Not everyone perceived and felt and heard things that I did. And so as a little kid, when you're told how you view life is not normal, you figure out, well, then I must not be normal, right? So I became very shy, shut everything down, didn't want to have anything to do with it, refused to talk about it. There was little incidents all peppered through my life. And of course I was still sensing it and feeling it, but I just wasn't sharing it. Right. In my early 40s, I got sick. I had arthritis. Everything was falling apart. And I just got to the point where, I really was at a choice point. Like, do I want to continue with this life, or do I want to step into who I really am? Yeah. And I had a dream that I was meeting with my mom in spirit and with a guide. And it was dreams I always had. And they said, it's time for you to choose. Like, are you done here? Have you had enough with this? Or are you going to start listening? And are you going to start sharing? And I came out of that dream. It was kind of like, a frying pan moment over the head. Yeah. Like, I'm just going to get sicker and things are going to get worse and things are going to fall apart more, or I can do something about this. And I immediately landed on a course on mediumship by James Von Prague, and it just blew everything wide open. So he's an American medium based in California. He's been he's been on the scene for a long time. And
I thought I heard the name before. That's when you said that.
So
sounds familiar.
It just it blew me wide open, and I just started to open back up to everything. I immediately started to connect to spirits, connect to angels. Like, the first time I went in, it was like they were throwing a party for me. I was on this inner journey, and they're like, "Yay, she's back, and it just kind of started there. So, being somebody who was very intellectual, who'd worked in music production for a long time and teaching, I took every course possible known to man. Like, I just needed to learn about everything. And I learned about mediumship and quantum and metaphysics. Like, I just took all these courses, but at the same time I was going within, and I was meeting with my guides and my angels and saying, okay, teach me how to open up again. Teach me how to work with energy. Teach me how to bring in somebody's spirit and bring in messages and not have them stuck to me like glue. Like, teach me how to be in public and not see 500 dead people. Like, it had to really I had to learn on the outer, but I also had to really learn on the inner.
Okay. So what is the difference between an angel and a spirit, and how can you actually tell the difference?
So angels to me are like orbs of light, and they have a different feeling. They have a different frequency. And it feels different in my body when I'm connecting with them. And then spirits are more recognizable to me, as they don't look much different than people. They will often present as a little bit younger than when they passed, but they feel differently. They look differently. To me, it's really easy to discriminate between the two.
All right. So I got to back up a minute, because you mentioned something that you were doing, which, like, wait a minute, what? Music production?
Yeah, so I'm a musician, and I was trained as a classical pianist, and then I taught, and then I did a lot of music production in musical theater and for corporate events. Like, that was what I was doing, and it was slowly. It was killing me. Like, it was
really,
I was just living under so much stress, couldn't sleep, had depression, anxiety, everything was falling apart. Like, it just wasn't the path I was meant to be on, and life wasn't working out,
I guess with the arthritis too, it's kind of hard to play the piano, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And none of that exists anymore.
I'm with you. I'm the same way, because I used to play bass, and I had to stop because of the arthritis.
Oh, no. I meant the arthritis doesn't exist in me anymore. I play all the time. Yeah. Like,
wait a minute, what?
No. I mean, once I got to the root of what was causing all of these problems in me physically, then I was able to clear them.
How in the world did you do that with arthritis? I mean, I know when I go to the chiropractor, that helps me.
Right.
But there's times, especially, with rain and all that, I can feel it.
Right. I mean, everything is energy and everything is happening on an energetic level in our physical body. So when we have symptoms, when we have disease, when we have blocks in our energetic system, it comes up as physical things. And so when we get to the root and we do the work and we do the healing, we're able to clear things.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So you actually help heal people from arthritis and what, if you don't mind me asking, now this blows me away now.
Right.
Because I've talked to a lot of people that, use different things, whether it be the holistic approach or whatever, with all types of different, not just arthritis, but anything, even tapping, I've heard about. So what are some of the things that you can actually, better yet, what is one of the strangest things that you've been able to help heal?
So I always say that you are the healer in your life. If somebody's coming to me, it means that they are ready to work through something and heal. And I'm just helping to facilitate, helping to open up the pathways for them. So I work a lot with shamanic journeys where we will go in and we will find the root of where this came from. And normally, lots of times it's between the ages of 0 and 7, where we can kind of pinpoint where this emotion, if you've ever read Dr. Bradley Nelson's, like the emotion code, how emotions get stuck in our tissues. We can find it and then we can work on clearing it. And sometimes it'll clear right away, and other times it will take longer. It just depends where the person is on their journey and what they're willing to trust in.
Now, that's not the Reiki though, right?
No. So I was trained in quantum healing, but it's Reiki. I mean, this can be done
completely
with Reiki
different.
too. There's tons of methods, right? Like once you start to look into it, people are working with all different kinds of methods that help people to release things that are stuck in their physical and energetic bodies.
All right. So you said quantum healing. What is that? I never heard that.
So it's working within the quantum field. And it's if you follow anything with Dr. Joe Dispenza, he's probably one who explains it the easiest to understand. And so in the quantum field, it can be explained as everything exists and nothing exists. And when we tap into the right kind of energy that we're looking for, then we can change what we're manifesting in our lives. It's very fascinating.
You didn't start doing this until you were in your 40s?
Yeah. So it's been a good 15 years now. And like I said, I took every course imaginable.
No. I ain't buying that. You're trying to tell me that you're in your 50s.
I am. I just turned 57.
No way.
That's a good light, hey?
You do not look like you're in your 50s.
Well,
that's amazing.
I lead a really calm, really peaceful life now.
Okay.
Very different from what I used to lead. And, you find out that when you're calm and when you're peaceful, I think you start to, your body just kind of relaxes in so many ways.
Helps you look younger.
Possibly. Could be the makeup, could be the light. Who knows?
I need to do this. All right. So you work with people around the world.
Yes, my business really exploded during COVID. Zoom became a thing, and I mean, it was a thing, but it became a bigger thing, and people were looking to change their lives. They were realizing the way that they were living wasn't working, and just kind of started from there. So I have clients all over that come to me just to. The big thing is just getting to the core of who they are authentically, what lights them up.
Right.
And also really connecting them to what I call their team in spirit, so they can work with their team in spirit to bring in that wisdom and that connection and those messages and all that fun kind of stuff.
And part of this is also the angelic healings?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Explain what angelic healing is. Because to me, with a medium, I would think that's completely different from the healing side.
So I think, we've spent a lot of time categorizing things in our human world. It has to be this way or this way. But when we deal with the spirit world, it's all kind of one. Like we're
Right.
tapping into something beyond what we have here, something beyond what we have language for, or comprehension for. And so everyone ends up using their own method. They do their work, they do their healing work, they take, they study with teachers, both human and beyond the veil, and then they come into how it works for them. So for me, it's really that angelic presence that when I'm working with people comes through. And it's also, a channeled language that comes through me, which is called light language. And I don't know if you've ever encountered that, but it's a channeled language that's an energetic language that bypasses the thinking brain and goes straight into the energetic body. And so it really activates quick healing when people are ready for it.
So I guess, because we talked about the arthritis and everything, but I would think with what you do you get a lot of clients that are also going through anxiety and depression?
Anxiety, depression, grief, which is usually an umbrella for everything, because I say we live in a grief illiterate society. We don't do grief well. And it's such a big constellation of emotions, and it gets stuck in a lot of places. So a lot of grief. And then people are just really wanting to connect more deeply with themselves, and they just have this feeling that there's more to them and there's more to life than this 3D human world that we're living in, going to work and getting a paycheck and coming home and doing it all again the next day. They just feel that there's more, and they want to open up to more. And I find that's people come to me when they're feeling stuck, or when they're feeling like there has to be more to life than this.
All right. So when you started, all right, first of all, I got to ask, what kind of dogs?
She's a Staffy.
That's only one dog?
It got a really loud bark. She's a rescue. She's very, very protective. She's a type of pit bull.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. American Staffordshire Terrier.
I knew that. I was just testing you. That's all. I love dogs. Oh my God, I forgot where I was going with this now, because all this stuff you're talking about just blows me away. Oh, so with the angelic medium part, not the healing part. So do people actually call you up? I hate the term seance.
No.
But, okay.
No.
All right.
No, I mean, right when I started doing
Not to do readings or anything, right?
So I do like intuitive readings where people will, come in and they have a question about life. But I'm always very, very set on will connect to the highest and best guidance for everyone concerned. I only ever had one incident where I was in a meditation and something came in that didn't feel right to me. And I just said to my angels, like, I'm not interested. So that's your job. Take care of that. I'm not interested in connecting with anything that isn't of the light. And so I've never seen anything again.
All right. So when you started doing this, not when you were a kid, but when you back in your 40s, which supposedly you said was 15 years ago, I still don't believe you.
Thank you. You're making my day.
Was there any pushback or criticism, whether it be from family members or friends, when you started doing this?
Absolutely. When I started, because I had resistance still to it. I had a lot of resistance to work through myself because of everything that I'd been through in life. Right. So when I first started sharing, okay, I'm going to keep this private for a little bit here. And that's what I always say to clients. When you're first starting to open up to the spirit world, just kind of keep it to yourself. It's like this little baby you're protecting. But when I got to the point where I was like, okay, this is me. This is who I am. I'm going to tell anybody who'll listen what their reaction. That's when it really started to open up. And I remember being with friends out for dinner, and they were very resistant to the change. And I just all of a sudden brought through a message from his mom, and they just went, oh, okay, so this is real. right?
Wow.
And it
Yeah.
opened, and it's about cracking people's hearts open to the knowing that when someone dies, our relationship doesn't have to end. It's
Right.
meant to continue, and it's meant to take on a new phase. Of course, it's going to be different. Of course, we'll always wish they were here, but we are not meant to stop those relationships. We're meant to dive into it and say, okay, now what does our relationship look like?
Mm-hmm. I had at one point, and I don't even know how it was during COVID, but a young lady of ours, she says she can see things.
Right.
And she asked me to go into our bathroom, take a photo of me looking in the mirror and send it to her. She sensed two people standing over me. She said one was an angel with red hair, which right away I just assumed that it was because we lost our first daughter.
Mm.
And to this day, I've always said she is my guardian angel. The second one, she said, was a tall gentleman in a military uniform, which that one threw me off at first because my father's not tall. My brother's tall, but he went AWOL. And no, wait a minute, that was during COVID. No, COVID was 5 years ago. Never mind. I'm thinking, yeah. So he wasn't alive at the time. But the only thing my sister could say that was my grandfather. Have you at any time, I mean, do you sense that when you look at somebody, can you just look at them and see like there's a guardian angel there? I always say on your shoulder, but you know what I mean.
Right. So when I am open, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So part of my process was learning to really be able to, when I'm open and when I'm closed. So when I make the decision, it took a little while to realize I was in charge. Because when you're fully open, you've got spirits coming to you all the time, right? And I just thought, well, if this is my my path, then I'm meant to be going up to people who are strangers and saying, you know, your father's here, and you know what? And then once I realized that I was in charge of this gift, I learned how to shut it down, and I open it when I want to open it.
How hard was that to learn how to control?
Not hard once it finally, you know, when the things that are really challenging for you, when you get really ready for them, they're super easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was super easy when I was like, wait a second, I'm in charge of this. I get to see when I want to see.
I've always found this stuff amazing. And I know you guys, there are some people out there that don't believe and all that, but to me, I've always believed because there's just got to be somebody's out there or people are out there watching over us.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, I never heard of an angelic medium, just medium.
Right.
And because you hear about the spirits and everything. Actually, okay.
It's coming.
Because this stuff amazed me. So because you see spirits and angelic angels, and you hear people say, well, sometimes the spirits are stuck. That's why they're not angels yet. Have you experienced that? And if so, have you? I mean, is that a true thing, or
to me, there's more of a distinction between angels and humans, from what I perceive, and sometimes I think there can be like energy that's stuck, like leftover kind of energy that's stuck. But how do I put this? To me, the people who are like dealing with paranormal things and all that, where you focus, then the energy grows. If you're giving focus to that energy, then it starts to expand and become more of your reality, right? So if that's what you're doing, great. For me, I'm going to focus on the angels and the light. I can say that one time I was staying in a hotel, couldn't sleep. It was an older hotel, and I could just feel that there was like stuck energy in this hotel. And I knew that I wasn't going to sleep unless I helped to clear it. And I got this image, because my angels are funny, of just like this absolutely huge Hoover vacuum cleaner, just vacuuming up the walls out the outside of this hotel and just sucking everything out. And then I was like, okay, thanks. Now I can sleep. So I think there's just like leftover energy patterns
Right.
in places.
So you keep mentioning your angels. Is it always the same angels that are with you?
So for me, there's some main ones.
Okay.
They're kind of like my team. And when I teach people,
you got good employees,
right? Well, I'm the CEO. Yeah. I sometimes think people get a little bit in the weeds. Like, is this Archangel Raphael? Is this Archangel Michael? Is this my mom? Is this like, and so I just say my angels. And then I know that the guidance that is needed comes through. And I will sense different angels, but for me, it's more just like being that open conduit for the guidance.
Actually, with what you do, what are some of the biggest misconceptions and myths about what you do?
I don't know if I've ever really thought about that. There are people who are always trying to debunk something or other, right? And I never really pay attention to it. I think maybe one of the biggest myths is that you're either born a medium or you're not. You can either connect or you can't. Mm-hmm. And I say, everyone can connect. Maybe not everyone's going to do the work that I do, but they can connect with their people and their team. And so, and it is a skill, and it's something that you can develop. It's like building muscles. There are certain steps you can take, and you can. And I think maybe the other one is that you have to do it the way that everyone else does it. The time that it works is when you find out what works for you.
Mm-hmm. I've always found this stuff amazing. I had, actually, she's not an angelic medium, but I had another young lady on twice who's a medium. And then I went on her show and she did I always say reading. I don't know if that's the proper term or not.
Sure. Yeah.
Of me. And I was blown away by everything that she got corrected. It's like,
right.
Wow. But never an angelic medium. And to me, that is, the weird thing is, and I don't know if it's weird. I mean, maybe just be comfortable, but with what you do, because a lot of times when you just say medium, people can be tense about that, about talking to a medium.
Right.
Angelic medium, I feel so comfortable talking with you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's weird, but I feel like I've known you for a long time. It's like you just put off this, I want to say like an aura around you that just makes people so relaxed.
It's, I think it's an easier way for people to be comfortable. If we look at, the major religions of the world, every single one has angels. Everyone has talked about angels. Everyone knows what angels are. It's part of our psyche. So when we meet somebody who's channeling that angelic frequency, people will say to me, I know you, or I've seen you before, or, you feel like home. Because we all have this, that we have these great, wonderful protectors and guides with us. And when we see it, we feel it, we connect into it, we go, oh, I get it now.
All right. So, Laurie, I'm going to ask you something that nobody's probably asked you before.
Ooh, exciting. And
those of you listening, if you can't see this, but Laurie's got a beautiful painting behind her, and she's got, it looks like something else with a heart with wings. Mm-hmm. Can you explain those?
So the wings, this is the full, you can only, I think, see a little bit of it. The wings were a gift from a teacher.
Oh, now I can see. Okay, I moved the button. Now I can see it all. Oh, that is pretty.
And the painting, very interestingly, I had a student reach out to me and said, my friend has painted a picture and I think you need to see it, a portrait. And I went on Instagram and saw it and went, oh my gosh, that's me. This painting is me, because my spirit's name is Golden Heart, and it has this big heart aura. And then I see things through my third eye and has this. And when I see energy, it comes in like almost like waves of confetti, spirals of confetti. And so I contacted the artist, and it was quite expensive. And I said, how would you like to be in my program? And we'll do an exchange. And she became a client. And she's in Ontario. We weren't sure how it was going to get shipped. And then it just happened that her friend's dad had a shipment coming of I don't know what, and it was coming to Calgary, and they asked if they could put it on the truck. And so I went to this industrial area of the city and went to pick this up. And this lady said, we have never shipped a painting before. Like they were shipping toilets or something, you know, and just the whole way it worked out. And so now this is Golden Heart.
It is beautiful. It's amazing how things work out.
Yeah. And so this artist taps into people's spirit and paints them.
But she painted this before she knew you.
Yes. Yeah. She just had a dream. It came to her. She painted it. And then, it's pretty incredible.
That is so wild.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're listening to Conversations with Rich Bennett. We'll be right back. I want to give a huge shout out to a key player behind the scenes of the show, Freedom Federal Credit Union. You know, running a podcast involves more than just microphones and stories. It requires solid financial management. And that's where Freedom Federal Credit Union comes in. They're not just a credit union. They're a community partner that I trust deeply. Their support helps us keep bringing you the stories you love episode after episode. And what really sets Freedom Federal Credit Union apart is their dedication to local businesses. They offer everything from business loans to incredible resources, ensuring companies like mine thrive. And it's all wrapped in top-notch customer service. So if you're a business owner looking for a financial institution that supports your goals and invests in our community, I can't recommend Freedom Federal Credit Union enough. Swing by their site at freedomfcu.org or give them a call at 1-800-440-4120. Okay, so with what you do, and I love hearing feel-good stories, and you don't have to share the person's name. Can you share either one or a couple feel-good stories about somebody that you have helped out?
You know, there's been many instances of healings. Right. The one that sticks out for me the most is a woman that was almost in her 70s, and she had headaches her whole life. And she'd been to every doctor, done everything, and she was just on medication, and she woke up every day and took a pill and dealt with this headache. And we were in a shamanic journey, and we were talking about letting go of those feelings of unworthiness. And it got a little bit deeper than that. And then she messaged me 2 days later, and she said, I just realized I don't have a headache.
Wow.
Right? And so it's always so amazing to me when we have something that's just part of our story. Like, I have headaches. That's life. Here we go. I'm going to have a headache. I'm going to wake up and take a pill, and that's my life. And then there is an opportunity to shift those stories. We don't have to hold on to those stories always. So that, healings like that are always kind of blow my mind. But the thing that I think I love the most is when I watch people connect to their people, when I teach them how to connect, especially if they're trying to connect with somebody that they didn't have a great relationship with, and there's things to work out. And that first time that they connect, and I can see it on their face, and they start to cry, and I can feel it in their energy opens up because they are connecting to their person. And now I know that portal is open, and they will continue with their relationship. And when you do that, it changes your grief, right? It changes your life. It changes how you perceive life. It's a game changer.
Because everybody's different, but do you ever well, I guess you wouldn't run into it because they wouldn't come to you otherwise. But
only on Facebook. Only when people sat behind their computers on Facebook and
them
leave
keyboard
nasty
warriors.
comments. Those people, those are the only ones. But I don't pay any attention.
How can connecting with our loved ones in spirit change our perspective on life?
Yeah, so we were I just touched on that a little bit. When you know that your relationships go on, and you know that, and this has to do with saying, we're a grief illiterate society. When you can connect heart to heart, soul to soul, and then start to grow that relationship, all of a sudden it changes your perspective on death. Because what is our biggest fear in life? What do we try to avoid? Dying, right?
Yeah.
So it changes your perspective on death because beyond a shadow of a doubt that you go on. And it changes how you see life because now you're like, okay, this is not all there is. There's more to this. And I can really tap into my loved ones for wisdom and joy and help and messages that are really going to help me in this life here.
Yeah.
And I find a lot of people, when they get to that point, they will stop doing anything in their life that feels unaligned. And they will start pursuing the things that really bring them joy, that really light them up, that really open them up to that being authentic in who they are and who they came here to be.
The other question I have for you, which I love this one, what advice do you have for someone who wishes to connect with their guardian angel or angels for guidance and support in their daily life?
So on some level, we all know our angels, whether we're conscious of it or not. And so for me, it's all about setting the intention, about being grateful and tuning in, finding a way to calm your thoughts. And I know this is probably the biggest objection I hear. People will say, I tried to meditate and it didn't work. I couldn't stop my thoughts. And my guides, as I said, they're funny. They will say, you don't want to stop your thoughts because if you don't have any thoughts, you're dead.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, if you're not thinking, you don't want to do that. You want to be here. And so it's not about stopping your thoughts. It's just about finding ways to calm your thoughts and move your energy down into your heart and setting the intention. My angel, I know you're here. I know that you're guiding me and loving me and helping me and supporting me. And I would like to get to know you. And then just sitting and listening with your whole body. What do you sense? What do you feel? What do you hear? What do you see? And it will start to, sometimes it takes a little bit of trust more with yourself for it to come through. Like I say, give it a couple weeks, do this every day, just for a couple minutes. And you will start to get messages and you will start to get knowings, and everyone taps in differently. Some people will see clearly. Some people will hear. Some people will have sensations in their body, or the hair on their arms will stick up, or right. Just notice what's going on in your physical body and then follow that. Oh, okay. So I see the arms are sticking up or the hairs are sticking up on my arm. Is that how you communicate with me? And just have a conversation with them like you would with anyone else.
Wow.
Right?
That's, it's funny you say that, because one of the things, I've been doing podcasts for 10 years.
Good for you.
One of the things I would love to do, and I know it's probably not possible, but then again, I don't want to say
anything's possible.
I was going to say nothing's impossible. I would just love to be able to sit down like we're doing here and have a conversation with somebody, whether it be an angel or a spirit.
Right. So,
because there's so many questions, that I would have, but that they would also have, I'm sure.
Right.
And in a way, you get to do that.
I do. What a magical life. When you're trying to connect in with spirits, and I never want to put anybody on the spot, but are you up for it?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, I was not ready for this, but
hey. I always so if you want to think of somebody that you'd like to connect with, and just start to bring them to mind, like what they look like, start to really, even maybe see what they're wearing, what the color of their hair, just whether you see it clearly or you just kind of like, okay, I know what they look like, bringing them in. And what that does is that brings them close to you because you're thinking of them and you're bringing them in. And then if you're able to just close your eyes and just imagine with a big smile on your face that you're smiling them into your heart. You're taking them from your head into your heart because your heart is where you connect. And just feel that. They always say, smile me into your heart. And now feel their energetic hug and see where you feel sensations on your body from this person.
Wow.
So it's as simple as that.
What?
So I didn't ask you who you connected to. I didn't need to know, but you thought of somebody, you smiled them into your heart, and you felt them energetically, and that opens up that communication.
I could feel the hands on,
There you go,
on my back.
There you go. So whoever you tried to connect with, because now this is your opening.
Yeah.
So anytime, bring them to mind, smile them into your heart, feel that movement from your head to your heart, because we don't connect in our heads, we connect in our hearts. And then see, you felt that touch, that's that energetic hug. And then you can go, okay, I'm happy you're here. I'm glad you're here. Let's chat. So that is your opening. And see, it doesn't have to be hard. And I think in so many ways we've been taught it has to be hard, but it's not hard. It's not hard. It's just different.
And the thing is too, because you hear, a lot of, I believe in keeping the memories, the good memories. And I always look forward to going to bed at night because of those memories become dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And what you just had me do there, and it was with my older brother, I'm always seeing him and my parents in my dreams.
Right.
And it feels so good. The only one I haven't been able to channel in yet, if that's the right term, is our daughter that we lost because she was stillborn.
Yeah.
I mean, but I mean, I'm going to have to try that. That method you just
So
me, I'm going to have to try that.
Those dreams, your people will come to you in your dreams, and that's always so comforting and lovely. And you have an opportunity to do that while you're awake as well. And that's pretty exciting. I do find that people have a harder time with children that they've lost just because it's so painful. It's so painful, and that pain creates a bit of a resistance. So take some time with that one.
And the thing is, because I'll be honest with you, when I lost my older brother, that was very painful to me because he was my best friend. He was an idol. I always idolized him. But I can't tell you how many times him and even my father and my mother, I can smell them.
Right.
Like they're here.
So that's when I was talking about some people hear, some people see, some people smell. And we call these inner sentence the clair sentences. So clair sentences. So I don't know if you've heard of clairaudience, So that's called clairalience. And it's a type of a way that you sense. So when you sense them around and you smell something, our tendency is to go, oh, I know they're here because I smell them, and then not go any deeper. And I always encourage people, I say, go deeper.
Go deeper.
They're here for a reason. Like, oh, okay, I know you're here. Why are you here? Do you have something to share with me? Like, go deeper. And then just get quiet. And again, imagine that energy moving down to your heart where you'll connect and listen for answers.
Now that we're talking about that part, what's something that you wish more people would understand about healing, mediumship, or even the spiritual journey, or all three?
Well, how long have you got? Oh my gosh,
Go ahead.
That's a big question.
I don't have anything else scheduled for the rest of the day until this evening. No, I'm joking.
I think we were taught that there's 5 senses, but we have these outer senses and we also have these inner senses. And I wish people understood that they're just as natural as our outer senses, if not more natural, that our intuitive senses, our inner senses, our clair senses, whatever you want to call them, are meant to help us to guide us in this life, to help us stay on track with whatever we've decided to come here to do. And if we were all taught when we were little to hold on to those senses, the world would be a completely different place. And we wouldn't have these healing journeys that are some trauma happened when you're 4 and you're figuring it out when you're 72. You know, we would figure it out when you're 4. And so I wish people knew that this was just a natural part of life.
Yeah.
Sorry about my dog.
No, it's all right.
It's life.
I wish I had a dog still. No, but I mean, I don't know why a lot of people are just afraid to. I don't want to say open up.
Well, we've been taught that it's the dark arts, that it's something that we should fear, that it's something that, and I mean, even, not long ago, people were being burned for talking like things about this. So there's a lot of what we call the witch wound. There's a lot of fear. And when you keep people in fear, not to, go down this lane too much, but it's easier to control them, right?
Look at the news.
Yeah. I don't watch the news, but
neither do I.
Right?
Neither do I.
But when you teach people that they have an inner power, an inner way to navigate life, then you can no longer control them with, whatever you're trying to sell them. So I wish people knew how powerful they truly are and how much agency they can have in their own lives.
I tell you one thing, I cannot wait to talk to my daughter tonight.
There you go.
My other daughter, I talk to her all the time, but the one that passed.
Right.
I'm serious. I just, because I never tried that, but would you have me try? I've never tried that before. And it just seems so easy.
Right.
And I think maybe that's why I've never been able to.
We overthink it, right? And there's all these methods and there's all these ways. And that actually came through me. I had a friend who lost a child to suicide. And so there was so much pain and so much resistance. And she just wanted to connect with her so badly. And my angel said, make it simple. Just smile her into your heart. And she just went, whoa. And she connected with her right away. And so when we take away all the fear and we take away all the resistance and we sometimes we have to say, okay, if I could get beyond this pain of losing them just for a second and try this method to connect and trust that it will work, then it starts to lessen that pain. I mean, we're always going to miss them. We're always going to wish they were here. And honestly, what's coming through me right now, and I've seen this before with stillbirths, is they often come to teach us about grief. And grief is love, right? Yeah. When you get right down to it, grief is love. And so it opens our hearts to a deeper love. So then the children that come next or that came before, they benefit from that deeper, open-hearted love.
Ooh. Wow. And the thing is, when we lost her at the time, my side of the family, there was a lot of heat going on. I think my parents were actually divorced at that time, living down in Florida, and they came up here, and it brought everybody back together again. And my other daughter wasn't born yet.
Right.
But my daughter has, it's like this strong connection with,
She's connected to her. Yeah. She's been talking to her since she was little.
Yes. Yeah. And all right. So Laurie,
now I'm opening up. We're in trouble now, Rich.
No, don't laugh. Don't laugh at me about this. But so my daughter, somebody bought her a doll, a stuffed doll or whatever, which is wearing like a nice looking Irish dress. And the doll's got red hair, just like, the daughter we lost it. And my current daughter does as well. Current daughter. But whenever her and my wife go away, I'm miserable. I hate being at home by myself without them. So my daughter will always give me her, and she even named it Maggie.
Right.
Give me her Maggie doll. She goes, you got to put her in bed with you. And it helps me sleep.
It helps you sleep. It helps you be with her. So interesting to see. You'll have to let me know how it goes connecting with her, because what's coming through me now is that, there's an opportunity for you to get more comfortable being alone, being just with you, and that she's there to help you to figure that out.
Oh, she definitely does. And it's because I'll sit there and when like I'm hugging her like a baby, almost like a little kid does a teddy bear.
Right. And so you've got that, that need to want to be the dad to that child that you never had the opportunity in this life, but she's here, she's present. And so that's kind of filling that void a little bit, if you want to call it that.
Wow. All right. Yeah. So when's the book coming out?
You're the third person who's asked me this week. And I say, if I could get a publisher, and help me to work with it, and maybe I need to put that out to my angels, how to figure that out, then, I'd love to write a book.
Publish it yourself, self-publish. Everybody.
Yeah. I mean, I've read a lot of books that are self-published and talk to people, and I would love to.
It's the editing process.
It's the editing, right?
Yeah.
And so a lot of the I don't know, I'm a voracious reader, and I don't know if you've noticed this lately, but now it's like I can tell when a book's been edited by AI. You can feel it.
Yep.
And there's mistakes that AI can't quite catch. And you think, okay, so someone wrote this, ran it through AI, and then published it. And I would rather work with someone human.
Oh yeah, a real editor. Without, and there are a lot of, because I talk to authors all the time, and the worst thing you want to do is edit it yourself.
Yeah, you need somebody to work with for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
you get too close to the material.
You do. It can be hard. Just like doing this. So before I get to my last question, is there anything you would like to add besides your website and how people can get in touch with you? And of course, you also have to share all the services that you offer.
So when I first started this work, my angels were just said, keep things simple, because you never know where things will go. So my website is laurieparente.com, and I'm on Instagram at Laurie Parente. So, and my YouTube, which is just kind of a fledgling little channel, is at Laurie Parente. I put out some guided messages on there. And I always say, if anybody's interested in working with me, come to a Thursday morning meditation. You can come live, or you can listen to the replay. Every Thursday morning, 9 a.m. Mountain, I offer a 30-minute meditation. It's
really?
For the price of a coffee. Come and meditate with me. We'll go on a journey. We'll talk about whatever's coming up in the collective, and then you'll know how it feels to work with me. And if you want to go further than after that, I offer one-on-one sessions, and I also offer like a 12-week one-on-one container.
All right. So this is not my last question, but when it comes to meditate, I love meditating. Where's your favorite place to meditate?
Outside. When the weather's nice. I have a meditation bench. And then I have a chair in my room right across, that I meditate in when it's not nice out. But outside for sure. Yeah,
I'm the same way. As a matter of fact, I plan on, I can't tell my wife this because she'll probably tell me I'm nuts. I'm putting a hummingbird garden out there for her. And then one of the other things I want to do is a meditation garden.
Beautiful.
Just this, because there's nothing, when you meditate out in nature, to me, it's the best meditation out there, because I don't need it.
And hummingbirds are spirit for sure. If you've ever spent time with a hummingbird, you know that they are not of this world.
I tell you, all right. So I've told this story before, but you're going to love this. Have you ever seen a hummingbird moth?
No.
Okay. So look at a hummingbird moth. Looks like a miniature hummingbird, but it's got like wings almost like a moth or a butterfly.
Okay.
And we have this butterfly bush out back, and it almost looks like a bumblebee, but with the long beak. And I'm looking at the butterfly bush. I'm like, is that a bumblebee? So I got closer, and I'm looking, and I was like, oh, that's a butterfly moth.
Wow.
And it allowed me to pet it.
How did that feel? Bet it was really soft.
In all honesty, I don't know. I don't remember because I was just so shocked that it allowed me to pet it.
Right.
And it's just, when you become one with nature, a lot of times you just miss those. Like last year, we had a ton of monarch butterflies on that bush. And monarch butterflies have no problem getting on you and walking on you, but I've never really sensed them, how it felt.
Well, this is one of those instances where I say go deeper.
I'm going to.
If a butterfly is going to land on you, it's not just, oh, look, there's a pretty butterfly and it landed on me. There's a reason that it landed on you, and there's a message there for you for sure.
Oh, I'm going to have to do that. Yeah, maybe I can get the hummingbirds. Hummingbirds don't. Yeah, they do land.
They do. Just
on a perch. I'll have to build a perch and put it on my shoulder or something. All right. So Laurie, I do something different now when it comes to the last question. And I've had a couple guests on, and the question that they picked somehow or another aligned with what we were talking about.
Of course.
So I have 50 questions, and I have no idea what's what. So pick a number between 1 and 50.
23.
23. That's my daughter's age, too. Okay. It was actually a good question. What's a part of yourself that you're still exploring or trying to understand? That's a deep question.
Yeah, that's maybe going to take just a little minute. You know what? I don't know if I can answer that. I'm trying to think if there's a part of me that I'm still exploring. It might be more to do with, I'm always looking to deepen. We have 4 children, and I'm always looking for ways to deepen our relationships. Like every day, how can I deepen this more? How can we go deeper? So I would say that's probably going to be a lifelong exploration as a mom.
That's always changing too. Yeah. Because then next thing you know, there'll be grandkids. And then, and kids nowadays, it's kind of hard to figure out what they want to do.
Right. And if I can share something really quick, because I'll be impressed with certain things, is that my daughter is now, she's 22. And she spent 4.5 months solo backpacking through Southeast Asia between her bachelor's and her master's. And at first, of course, she's our youngest. I was very, worried, tracking her location, doing the whole mom thing. And my guides came in and they showed me that as parents, it's a very difficult thing to do, but they showed me what worrying about her was doing to her energetic field, how it was kind of collapsing her and making her feel less confident in her choices, because I was constantly sending worry. And so they showed me the difference between that and between sending you've got this, you're doing a great job, I believe in you, I trust you, I think this is going to be wonderful for you. And they showed me the image of her just standing up straight and her aura opening up, and she just became this light. And I knew from that point she would make beautiful choices.
Wow. Sending those positive vibes to her.
Right. Instead of the worry was really diminishing her.
Yeah.
And her trip could have totally gone a different way.
You know what? That's something I think parents need to do.
Yeah.
We're too quick to criticize our children or anybody in general, or especially when it comes to anxiety and depression. Tell them, they got to get over it. They got to try this. They got to try that. Everybody's different.
Right.
You just build the encouragement up.
I believe you have the tools to work through this, and I'm here to walk beside you. And I'm not saying it was easy to stop worrying about her, but they gave me such a concrete image that whenever I did, I was able to go, okay, no, we're not going there. Right.
Yeah.
So I think we've been taught, you're a parent, you're going to worry for the rest of your life, and we need to change that. dynamic, that story.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, Laurie, I want to thank you so much. If you ever want to get rid of that painting, I can tell you the address to no, I'm joking.
I can send you the name of the artist if you want to get one done for yourself.
That could be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that. That could actually, I would love to get the artist on as well.
Yeah.
I love talking to different artists.
She's fantastic.
And she's out of, you said Calgary or Ontario?
Ontario. So she's in Niagara Falls.
Okay, that means my wife will say, "Oh, good, we can finally make a trip up there since you've never been there." Laurie, thanks so much. It's been an honor.
You're so welcome. I'm so grateful for the time we've shared. You have great questions, and it's been fun.
Thanks. Thank you for listening to Conversations with Rich Bennett. I hope you enjoyed today's episode and learned something from it as I did. If you'd like to hear more conversations like this, be sure to subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode. And if you have a moment, I'd love it if you could leave a review. It helps us reach more listeners and share more incredible stories. Don't forget to connect with us on social media or visit our website at conversationswithrichbennett.com for updates, giveaways, and more. Until next time, take care, be kind, and keep the conversations going. You know, it takes a lot to put a podcast together, and my sponsors help out a lot, but I also have some supporters that actually help me when it comes to the editing software, the hosting, and so forth. There's a lot that goes into putting this together. So I want to thank them. And if you can, please visit their websites, visit their businesses, support them however you can. So please visit the following: Real Life Prosthetics, cutting edge solutions, restoring ability since 2001. Go to reallifeprosthetics.com. Full Circle Boards. Nobody does charcuterie like Full Circle Boards. Visit them at fullcircleboards.com. Sincerely Sawyer Photography. Live in the moment. They'll capture it. Visit them at sincerelysawyer.com.